I'm Amber Mack. I'm here at IBM Think Toronto with Kyle Foster from GlassHouse Systems. Thanks for being here.
Great. Thanks for having me.
So we are going to talk about cloud, but we're going to make it exciting.
Okay.
And the complexities of cloud in our very fast future. So let's kind of start there. What should people know?
Well, hybrid cloud doesn't have to be complex, right? I think it just takes planning and design to make it work. I think over the past few years, a lot of people have been trapped in a paradigm of the new thing, right? And so you've seen edicts like cloud only or cloud first, or as they started to learn more about it, cloud preferred, right? And so I think cloud is just a platform to deploy hybrid cloud applications. And I think really when there are successful deployments, it's really because it starts with the understanding the application, understanding the workload that you're trying to deploy. How does it need to scale? How much demand is there going to be on the application? Latency, so what kind of response time do you need? These types of things are important in determining what the optimal platform is, what the optimal hybrid cloud deployment is for that application. So let me use cars as an analogy, right? So we're a family of 4, we have 2 dogs. We're probably going to be looking to deploy, our family. If cars are the platform and people are the application, we're looking to deploy our application in a van or an SUV. Probably not a 2-seater sports car, right? If we're starting a landscaping business, right? I probably don't want to put my business on a sedan. I want to put it on a pickup truck, right? So I think going back to understanding what the workloads are, what the applications are, is important. And at GlassHouse, we spend a lot of time with clients understanding what the workloads are, what the demands of the workloads will be, and do what we call fit for purpose. So aligning the workloads and the platforms so that you get the optimal kind of combination of being able to deliver the business function at a reasonable cost that drives the business forward.
So when we talk about threats that do exist, there are complexities there.
Sure.
So what do you see as the threat landscape going into 2025?
The bad news is that it's not about when will an organization be breached, it's when are they going to be breached, right? So that doesn't mean to stop doing all of the things that we should be doing, putting up good peripheral defenses, having technologies and tools in place to monitor, having good password security, all those types of things. But I think where there's a gap and where organizations need to focus is on the data, right? So focus on data protection, focus on encrypting data, focus on creating immutable copies that can't be changed, right? Understand what is your minimal viable company, your MVC, right? Because that's what you're going to need to restore. So the focus comes from, not from preventing as the focus, but for focusing on recovery when the bad news happens, right? And so be prepared to restore that minimal viable company. And so that's probably the next evolution in terms of understanding and thinking about security. And at GlassHouse we do a number of assessments with clients based on frameworks like the NIST framework that are very quick and straightforward, that help customers understand where are their vulnerabilities and what are the next steps they should take on their journey to be more secure. And not that I don't want people to take us up on an offer to do an assessment, but the answers typically are encrypt your data, create immutable copies, understand what the minimal viable company is you need to bring back fast to stay in business, and be prepared to do that.
When you use the analogy of a family choosing a car and trying to find the right platform or solution, can you give me an example of a client, without giving away too many trade secrets, that you've been able to help out, and a success story in terms of that decision-making process that got them to that car, if we keep with that analogy?
We have a client who's a bank. They run, a lot of technology in their environment for their core banking applications and their data and all of the other customer kind of contact applications that they have. their challenge is in terms of business continuity, their challenge is their production systems, their main systems that the business runs on, and their disaster systems were, in the same location or in the same area. They're in the Caribbean that was subject to weather and natural disasters and that sort of thing. So we took them through a process to understand how they could leverage cloud, not to run the production workload, but as a destination for disaster recovery. So a lot of the things I was talking about before, right? Workloads and latency and security and minimal viable companies, all those sort of things kind of come together in a discussion to say, how can we evolve how they look at business continuity and disaster recovery, leveraging cloud technologies. So now their DR, their minimal viable company, actually resides in a cloud, not in the path of a hurricane or some other natural disaster. That's one use case, a great use case actually for cloud to help organizations move forward, solve a business problem, and do it in a cost-effective way.
Excellent. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking the time and breaking this all down for me and joining me here at the event.
Awesome. Thanks, Amber.
Thank you.